Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all are doing good today. I'm gonna get to the topic for this video. So last night at the Hollywood Bowl down in LA, Dave Chappelle was on stage performing, doing his thing, and some jackass decided that he didn't like what I guess he didn't like Chappelle's jokes or he was in him's feelings, and he bum rushed the stage and attacked Dave Chappelle. The guy had a knife that was in the form of a gun. It wasn't a gun, but it was, I guess, shaped like a gun. It was a knife. Thankfully, um, Dave Chappelle wasn't injured. He wasn't hurt. We can't say the same thing about the attacker, though. He got his ass stomped, and rightfully so. Um, he was stomped. It's like from the video I saw and the pictures, it's like his elbow was facing like opposite of where my elbow's facing. It's like reversed. It's like someone took his arm, it fell off, and they reattached it backwards. And he was handcuffed. He was on the taken away on the gurney and while handcuffed, and he will be facing charges. Probably will go to prison for a long time because it was attempt. He was charged with um, assault with a deadly weapon. So not only did he get his ass kicked, but he's going to jail for a long, going to prison for a long time. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. You got beat up. You got embarrassed on a national stage in front of the whole country, in front of the whole world. You were beaten beyond recognition. Your face is all scratches and a black eye, and you got beat up. Um, and you're going to jail. Wow. I would not want to be in your shoes, brother. I would not want to be in your shoes. The young man is 23-year-old Isaiah Lee. I guess he wish he wouldn't done that. But it goes back to what I was saying to a couple of friends of mine. Will Smith set a bad precedence with this. A month and a half ago, as we all know, at the Oscars, Will Smith rolled up on stage there and slapped Chris Rock because he said a G.I. Jane joke regarding Jada Pinkett Smith, his wife's bald head. Come to find out, well, it was later stated that she suffered from alopecia. Whether that's the case or not, who knows? But the joke was harmless. He said, I can't wait to see G.I. Jane too. He could have said a whole lot of things. He could have called her Michael Jordan's light skinned twin or something like that. Or he could have said a whole lot of things that that could have been worse than the G.I. Jane 2, joke. And a lot of young people went over their head because they weren't alive when G.I. Jane even came out in the 90s. So, you know, but Will Smith, nevertheless, after he was chuckling it up, walked up on stage and slapped Chris Rock and then proceeded to yell, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. He said it twice. Set a bad precedence because now some fool somewhere that doesn't like a joke that a comedian is going to say, going to feel the need, their entitlement to come up on stage and do another Will Smith. I mean, really? Not all y'all fools are Will Smith. He got away with it. Will Smith has money. He's a multi-millionaire over. This kid, Isaiah Lee, doesn't have Will Smith money. And he got his ass kicked. Deservedly so. And he's going to prison. Aggravated assault, attempt to inflict bodily harm. Because he could have stabbed Chappelle. Thankfully, it didn't happen. Thankfully, it didn't. But I mean, come on. And it was told that Chappelle said that I got attacked by a trans man. Get it, trans man. I got attacked by a trans man. And then Chris Rock came out and said, "Will, was that you?" So they were able to make humor of it. Like I said, Will Smith. Excuse Will Smith. Dave Chappelle was performing. Chris Rock was there. Jamie Foxx. I didn't know any, at some big event at the Hollywood Bowl, and this dude decide that he wanna jump on stage, attack Dave Chappelle because Will Smith did it a month and a half ago at the Oscars when he rushed up on Chris Rock and slapped him. This sets a bad precedence for comedians and audience members. Comedians are not there to coddle your feelings. They're there to tell jokes, to tell a story, to tell their truth. Their job is not to coddle your damn feelings. So, for those of you who don't like what comedians are saying, leave your ass at home. Stay your ass at home. Do not come to a comedy show. If you're going to be in your feelings, do not come to a comedy show because their job and their livelihoods are not based on your feelings. If your feelings are hurt, like Tony Rock said, Chris Rock's youngest brother said, your option is absolutely nothing. If you think you're going to come up on this stage, you're going to meet these hands. And Isaiah Lee met those hands and feet and handcuffs. And he has a $30,000 bail. He's going to go to prison for a long time, and rightfully so. Their job is not to coddle your feelings. And I blame the left for this. I blame the liberals for this because they have told people if you don't like something, if if you don't agree with our narrative, then you could cancel somebody. You could walk up on stage or whatever and make a comedian's life a living hell. The left has done this. This is Adolf Hitler. This is textbook Adolf Hitler fascism. The Constitution gave us the right to freedom of speech. You may not like what I have to say. I may not like what you have to say. But we need to come to a discourse to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. I said all the time on my podcast. I said all the time on my YouTube videos. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. People are in their feelings these days. If you say something someone don't like, they want to cancel you. They want to do what this young idiot did because he saw what Will Smith did a month and a half ago to Chris Rock. Again, Will Smith could afford to do that. The man is a multi-millionaire many times over. As a matter of fact, just last week, he was in India. I don't know if he's still over there, seeking counseling, spiritual healing, because of everything that's going on, plus the whole situation with him and his wife, Jada. But this is the age we live in. Comedians cannot do their craft anymore without the constant threat of being assaulted on stage. And we could thank Will Smith for this. He set a bad precedence. Bad precedence. Whether he realized it or not, he set a bad precedence because more fools are thinking they're gonna be able to do what he did, and they're gonna suffer the same fate as Isaiah Lee did, with their arm pretty much wrapped, pretty much facing backwards, face all bloodied and beat up, in handcuffs, going to prison. Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Red Fox, Moms Mabley, Lenny Bruce, Sam Kinison, they wouldn't survive today. This age of I'm in my feelings. You have to coddle me. I'm so hurt. I'm in these feelings. They wouldn't live in this day and age. They would not survive. I told my little brother, I think it was last year or the year before, he said that he think Eddie Murphy should come back and do stand up. I told him I don't think he should because he won't come back. Even if he was to come back, he wouldn't be the Eddie Murphy from the 1980s, from Delirious and Raw. He wouldn't be the Eddie Murphy because people are so sensitive. They're so in their feelings. They want comedians to coddle their feelings. It's all about them, my feelings. Yes, I was teased and picked on as a child. Many of us were. You know what you did? You toughened the hell up. You picked on those kids back. And if they bullied you, you fought back. That's the era that I grew up in, that my parents grew up in, my grandparents. Many of us, we raised our children that way. They say something about you, you say something about them. We played the dozens, or as we called it back in my day, we called it capping on each other, ranking, bussing, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. We live in an age now that if someone says something that you don't agree with, you feel the need that you could cancel them. I'm going to tell you now, no one can cancel me. Only God can cancel me. And when God cancel you, you ain't coming back from that. The Almighty Himself can cancel Ryan Jackson, not these people who disagree with me. Because guess what? God could cancel you too. And if He cancel you, you done. You are done. So miss me with all this counsel me nonsense. This is, like I said, the liberals, the left, they push this narrative so much until we become a 21st century Nazi Germany here in America. Bill Maher, I don't agree with him, but he said on his show, Real Time, a few years back, that he won't go on college campuses now because of this wokeism, chokeism is like my homie like to call it, because they like to choke you with their narratives. They want to impose their will on you. You can't agree with them. That's why they're so mad about Elon Musk, because he purchased Twitter for $46.5 billion last week, and he just want free speech from people on the left as well as from people on the right. He's a centrist. They don't like that because it goes against their narrative. It goes against their narrative. It goes against the status quo. If you don't agree with us, if you don't like, you're not saying what we're saying, if you're not locked, uh, hand lock and step with us, then no, we're gonna counsel you. That's it. You don't have a voice. The framers of the Constitution never would have imagined this. They never would have imagined this. This is what they were against. This is what King George was trying to do. If you went against the narrative of King George back in them days, you were murdered. You were canceled, for real canceled. You didn't have freedom of speech. And even though I don't like the media, they still have the right to report, even when they report lies and garbage, which they need to be held accountable for, by the way, because free speech does not guarantee that you won't face repercussions. It does not grant you for facing repercussions. But being irresponsible and facing repercussions for that is a whole nother ball game. It's a lot different than someone not agreeing with something that you're saying and then coming up on you and trying to attack you or cancel you. That I don't call that consequences. I just call that people not just being in them feelings, Them's feelings are hurt. Me's feelings are hurt. That's all that is. That's all that is. What is going on with this country, man? What is going on? Now, comedians, I don't know. I have the utmost admiration for comedians. I have friends that are comedians. I know, a few of them. I've met a few over the years, and I just admire what they do. I admire the craft. So now they're gonna go on stage. They don't have to have armed security guards. Are they gonna have us go through metal detectors when we go through a comedy show now? Because of what some idiot did. And like I said, Will Smith set a bad precedence. Everybody want to test their gangster now. And Dave Chappelle, since this video was about him being attacked, he did a skit on the Chappelle show years ago called When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. Well, guess what? Isaiah Lee kept it real and it went wrong for him. It went real wrong for him. He kept it real. He kept it real gangster and he got real beat down of epic proportions where his arm looked like it was attached backwards. They beat the dog crap out of him. Right on Dave Chappelle, right on his security detail, or whomever did it. Right on. And this fool was handcuffed on the gurney while he was in pain. And he has a $30,000 bail, and he's gonna go to prison because he had a weapon on him. Like Willie D said, I have to give him credit for this. Your mama should be ashamed, and your daddy should have pulled out. Let me repeat that again. From my man Willie D. Your mama should be ashamed, and your daddy should have pulled out. Exactly. Makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Will Smith suffered the consequences. Yes, he's a multi-millionaire many times over, but now all his projects are on hiatus because of that slap, because he kept it real, because Jada gave him the side eye, only for her to come back days later. I didn't want him to go up there and slap him. I don't need protection. She said this. Look it up. Look it up. She said that, only for her to turn on him. So now he looked like a bigger fool than what he already did when he took his ass up there on stage and slapped Mr. Rock. And Chris Rock's mother is hot, and rightfully so. His brothers want to tear him a new one, and rightfully so. Because if you hit my brother, guess what? I'm coming at you. If someone attacked me, guess what? My brothers are coming at you. And my mom's going to be pissed. That's her child. Yes, Chris Rock is 57 years old, but that's her son. No matter how old he is, that's her baby. That's her son. If that was my son and someone did that, I would be absolutely 1,000% unequivocally pissed the hell off because you attacked my child and you attacked me. And that's what Mrs. Rock said. And she was absolutely 1,000% correct on that. Tony Rock said it's many Rock brothers. So Will Smith, yeah, he kept it real because his wife didn't like a joke that Chris Rock said she was in her feelings after he was over there chuckling it up. She gave him the side eye, and he took his behind up there and slapped Chris Rock, and now it cost him. It cost him money, and it cost him his reputation. So for all you fools that don't get it, look what it cost Will Smith. He wasn't physically beat up, but he's suffering financial hardship. Well, he's a millionaire many times over. He'll recover, but his projects are on hiatus. So he did lose money. He lost money, and his reputation took a hit. Isaiah Lee, you lost money, your reputation took a hit, and you got beat the hell up. Oh, and you're going to prison. So it really wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. If you don't like the jokes, stay your ass at home. Go watch The View. Go watch The Real. Go let the white liberals tell you how much that you are dumb, stupid, that you can't do anything because you're black, and they want to collar you. They want to make you feel good. Go watch them. Don't go to a comedy club because they're not gonna coddle your feelings. They're gonna tell it to you raw, and they're gonna speak their truth as well as they should. Because in this country, damn it, the Constitution guarantee us the right to free speech, whether you like it or not. We could agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Oh, and I'll be remiss. I'll just go on a tangent sometime, and I don't realize how long I go on. Please hit the like button. Hit that like button, smash it down, drop your comments below. Share this video. If you already haven't, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, drop your comments below. If you haven't, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and share this video. Let's start the conversation, y'all. Please, let's start that conversation. And again, let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable, especially in this day and age that we're living in. On that note, y'all, I love y'all. Take care. Thank God that Dave Chappelle or anyone, Dave Chappelle wasn't injured. Isaiah Lee, good luck to you, brother. Because you're in a whole heap of trouble. So more power to you. You got your name out there, bro, but this is the wrong way to do it. We need dialogue. And this is why people on the left do not like that, because all they want to do is suppress people's voice and impose their will on people. They don't want to hear people who have opposite views from their own. They want to suppress them. They want to cancel them, or they want to do what this jackass did: go up on stage and try to attacking a comedian whose views differ from theirs, and it didn't go well for him. So let's just keep this in mind, y'all. We're gonna have to learn to disagree. We're gonna have to learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. We're living in the last days. In the last days. So on that note, y'all take care. Hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. Share this video. Drop your comments below. We don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. All right, y'all. Take care and love you much. God bless. I'm out. Peace.